Do you see yourself as someone giving up easily on hobbies or other activities, or maybe came to believe that you were undisciplined because someone labeled you that way and later you actually came to believe that about yourself? And then when you look deeper, you just know that you are neither habitually undisciplined or lazy. Hello and welcome everyone to another Journey to Authentic Living episode. Today, I want to talk a little bit about quitting something that you've engaged in versus moving on. So, when I was a child, I was very fortunate because my parents exposed me to many different activities, and this is even outside my playtime. They exposed me to ballet and tap dancing and gymnastics, just to name a few. And I even tried entering the Girl Scouts first level called Brownies, and I was about 5 years old then. And I have to say that I didn't last very long. Through my life and periodically, I kind of judged myself as a quitter. And I never verbalized this judgment because it kind of felt shameful. But as I did my own personal development work, I realized that what I was doing as a child was experimenting with these activities and later just decided not to continue. In other words, the experience was good enough for me. I didn't have to be number one or strive to prove anything to anyone, including myself. And so I kind of define that time period as an organic experience. Oftentimes, we compare other people's achievements and think that we also have to mimic them, but in reality, this belief may not be true. We don't have to be very good at something to experience joy or satisfaction, or compete in a competition or spend hours a day practicing any activity that on a personal level, indeed would require hours of training or practice. Many times people think, so then what's the purpose of doing that activity or hobby or enrolling in something like, say, dance class, if it isn't to achieve, I don't know, fill in the blank. And I'm here to say, why not consider the beauty of the literal experience? In the background of my mind, I was holding on to a limiting belief when simply I was following my curiosity. And once I felt satisfaction with that activity, then I simply moved on. I mean, we can definitely dissect deeper and maybe find some fears or other offshoots of limiting beliefs, but I was already doing that until I reframed my situation, until I remembered that I wasn't all that fearful when I decided not to continue that certain activity. And when I stopped judging myself and simply came to an epiphany, which is quite simple, and that is I felt satisfaction with what I did and simply no longer felt the desire or the need or the satisfaction to continue with that determined activity or hobby. So if you're struggling or doubtful about why you may not continue something that initially gave you contentment, desire, satisfaction, etc., consider more importantly the idea that you went into something with curiosity. And that in itself, my friends, is enough. I mean, isn't the experience the joie de vivre, as the French would say? I mean, isn't life about experimenting and experiencing, about people inviting us into situations and relationships and experiencing what that is like to live a life rather than just hiding away thinking that one has to become a professional ballet dancer like Baryshnikov or something like this, or a famous singer like Adele, or I don't know, any big time athlete, right? And what's great about curiosity or going into something with curiosity is that there really isn't an expectation. You're going into it because you don't know. You're going into it like with a child's mind, with sort of that innocence. You know, there might be some excitement, enthusiasm, but you're going into it without that expectation of, I don't know, achieving something or trying to prove something or being overly influenced by other people. And even that, you know, maybe all your friends are doing Zumba class or something, and then you try it out for, you know, a couple times and decide it's not for you. But the fact that you went into something, you went into an activity or into a hobby with curiosity and perhaps gleaned some benefit. And maybe if you didn't glean a benefit, maybe you encountered more problems. But at least you can say that you learned something or that you observed something different that ordinarily you would have not had you not gone into that experience. Okay, my friends, I will leave you with that. Thanks for tuning in, and please do follow us on SoundCloud and also on iTunes. And be sure to check out my website and also my YouTube videos. In the meantime, I'm encouraging you all to live authentically. Take care.